Yeah, bright lights for bright stars. Tyler Denny, welcome back. Look at you moonlighting over on the TNT shows.
It's a bit everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I'm here to support the boys, man. The boys. Big Dave, Liam Davis, Zach Parker as well. He's in there now. So I'm missing for you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Do you know what I mean?
Sort of love.
Owen Cooper's for Ethan James and that earlier.
Talk to me about that fight. You know what? I remember I spoke to Cooper before, and I was like, I recognise him in there. Talk to us about what a beautiful performance.
He's great, man. I've done a bit of sparring with him. I know he's a welterweight and stuff, but he's a good fighter, man. But you know, Ethan James, he's good, but he just got clocked early, didn't he? And I think never recovered really afterwards. And obviously, his coach pulled him out. I think it's probably the right thing to do. He wasn't going to win the fight, was he?
I'll tell you who's busy tonight, Errol Johnson.
I know.
He's in and out of that bloody...
I know, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to cut out his finger to me. Next time we get to Nando's and he tries to make me pay, watch what happens, man. He's killing it though, isn't he? He's killing it, and it's good, man, having shows in Brum and that, do you know what I mean? BCB on most of the fights, if anything, do you know what I mean? So, it's good, man. Ian is obviously BCB as well, headlining, and his crowd's mad as well, so I'm buzzing for that as well, just to be the atmosphere.
Talking about atmosphere, talking to us about fights. Tyler, what's happening? What is happening with Dr. Perspid?
I was hoping you'd tell me, man. I'll come to you to say you get this information and come and tell me, but as far as I know, the Perspids have happened. You're fighting Felix Cash, waiting for a date. They've got 2 weeks to give me the date. It's been 3 weeks now or something. Right, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks on Monday, and it's Saturday now, so it's nearly 3 weeks, isn't it? Not heard nothing.
In situations like this, educate me, educate the fans. What happens, Tyler? Is there a time limit when the fight has to? What was the date that the fight had to take place by?
I think.
Was it June?
No, I think the date was end of April, which I don't think it's going to happen, is it? But I'm sure they can do extensions and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm the wrong guy to ask him, really. I just want to fight, do you know what I mean? But I think I got told, and it happened after something by the end of April, but I don't think that's going to happen now. But just a bit of communication might be not. That's the thing we're losing the Perspids. They're not going to communicate with me on there. They're not going to say, listen, here's your 10 weeks, whatever. But I just want to know something. It's a bit frustrating. And I don't know. I'm not going to think the fight's not going to happen, so I'm training for the fight. But maybe in the back of your head, you're thinking, you know, is it going to happen? I don't know. I don't know.
But how do you deal with that? Like, you know, it's like it's almost like a wedding or a christening. The dates there. You know that this is going to happen. Is it? How do you train when it's like really anticlimactical like that, when you don't know what's going on?
It's a bit shit. It's a bit shit, man. But
it's like you take a bird out on a date, and anyway. Sorry. Sorry.
It's tough. I just got to make sure I keep turning up. That's the main thing.
So you've been catfished?
It is. I've been done. But I'm in a shit situation, really, because I can't move on with my career, for instance, and have another fight, because they can say, well, you've vacated your belt or something then. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I've worked too hard to get here. Hopefully, I'm going over the top, and next week they say, here's the fight, here's the date and stuff. It's just a bit shit that I've heard nothing, not one word or something, but maybe that's kind of what they want. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You start thinking of the playing games. Does Cash actually want to fight? Do you know what I mean? Who knows? Hopefully, like you say, Cash wants to fight. Eddie's been busy, and he'll say on Monday or Tuesday, this is the date, this is the venue. Good luck, whatever.
You know, I'm ignorant. Wouldn't the communications be from Matchroom's Run the Perspies to your promoter Boxer, and then that filters down to you? Or is it supposed to be with your management team direct? I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm guessing it's probably my management team, really, which Errol, but Errol's not had anything. And because obviously we're not just going to sit around, so I think they've put an email to the European board to say what's going on. It's been past this date since it was meant to have a thing. And I'm sure this probably happens all the time, but maybe it'd be nice, you know, if they're not going to by the date, let us know to say we've had a few things or something, you know, keep everyone know, but who knows. I just got to keep training. And the good thing for me, I'm training, if they're through a date, I'm in a couple of weeks, so I'd be ready, do you know what I mean? I'd be ready, so it's not that much of a drama. It doesn't stop me training. I don't go out today to fuck all. I just train, eat, sleep, and train again. That's all I got going on. Obviously, until my missus like, "So we book some holiday or whatever," and I was like, "We ain't talking about none of that foolishness, Nick. Yeah, just let's get all this stuff out of the world, man." Do you know what I mean? It's my daughter's birthday next week, and we've been like booking like Peppa Big World since January, and I've refused to book it because I don't know what's going on. But yesterday she had to say, "Look, it's next week. You're not going to fight next week, are you? Come on, let's go do it." So, just the little things like that. Just it pisses everyone off, really. It's not just me. Do you know what I mean?
And that's a fair point, and you don't realise the knock-on effect that it has, family holidays, commitments, etc. But you know what? I'm going to try and keep it positive because I do believe that you will fight. I believe that there's just possible, I don't know, delays with the dates or whatever. But you are going to be active. You are going to get out there and fight. But I want you to talk to me about the fight that Nathan Heaney has got with Brad Pauls, which you know what? Your words, Tyler.
It's a good fight. When he got made, I thought that's a good fight, man. I sparred loads of Heaney. I fought Brad Pauls.
Yeah.
I thought I beat Brad quite convincingly, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean like Heaney, like or whatever, because it's the styles make fights. It doesn't mean, say for instance, don't get me wrong. I think I'd beat the both of them. Do you know what I mean? Personally, and I like it. I don't even want to fight him really, but I think I would beat the both of them. But styles make fights. You know what I mean? So he could have a harder fight, or he could not. I really don't know. And I think for Brad Pauls as well, I think he kind of, don't know, man. I was expecting a lot more from him in my fight, so I think he's probably got some regrets then. So I'm hoping he goes all out and stuff. But it's all right to go all out until you get caught with one. Then you think, fuck me, maybe I should chill out a bit. Do you know what I mean? But he's got to do it. I think it's probably going to be his last chance on this sort of stage. I mean, you don't want to say it, but like it's a long road back if not. Do you know what I mean?
We speak about long roads backs. I spoke to Frank Warren, and he was saying the same thing, kind of like about Joel Joyce. He's got to win this fight with Cash. This is a must-win fight. He cannot have 3 losses on the trot. Now imagine that's you in those shoes. What does a fighter, when he listens back to his promoter saying that you're in those shoes, how's that making you feel? Talk about pressure.
Yeah, it's pressure, but I think there's levels in that, and I don't be too disrespectful, but I think if Joe Joyce loses to Cash Ali, then maybe he should pack it in, because he's talking about obviously world titles and stuff. When the Zhang fight, just before the Zhang fights, he was on everyone. He was the guy who's thinking, I'm not sure that guy wants to fight him. Defenders, no one's going to give him a voluntary and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So if he wants to get back to them levels, I think he should beat Cash and beat him convincingly. But obviously, Cash Ali's got his own ideas. Do you know what I mean? He's the same guy thinking, I need to make changes for my life and do what I got to do. Cash Ali's probably thinking, if I lose to Joyce, no one else is going to have me. So that's the world we're in. That's the boxing world, man. It's kill or be killed.
And that's kind of like the dog eat dog mentality that you've got to have. It's almost like, I get it, when you go in there, you just, there's no care in the world. You've got to hunt that food down and make sure that's your catch.
You got to get it, man. It's time to yam. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do, because you're just a number in this game. You're just a number. You see whatever, how good people do. You have a couple of losses or whatever, and you just, the new kids in, do you know what I mean? You're in the bin, and the fresh kids coming in. The guy might sell a bit more tickets. The guy who had a few more wins. The guy who just looked good his last fight, and then nobody wants to know you. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not stupid, I know that. I just try and enjoy it while I can. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got a little sailboat date. You just got to make the most out of it while it's possible.
I'm going to ask your opinion on the Usyk Fury fight that we've got coming up. Obviously, the postponement due to the cut with Tyson Fury. May the 18th is the date. It's creeping up on us. It's going to turn around quick. Before you know it, it'll be a week before, and then we're there. What are your thoughts on that fight, Tyler?
It's tough, innit? I think if you ask me, probably
Closer to it?
no, from before, my mind changed a bit more. Like, I think, yeah, before that fight, because you're only as good as your last performance, and yeah, regardless if Tyson Fury took it serious or not, people watch him and say, you know what I mean? Is he on the decline or whatever? But people said that about Usyk with the bra, but I thought he still boxed well. It's a tough fight, man. I hope Fury wins, to be honest, and I want to see Fury AJ, especially that nasty AJ that everyone's seeing now. Do you know what I mean? against styles make fights. When you look at it, he's fought Ngannou and Wallin and stuff, and they're not at the level of Fury. But I just like his confidence and that, man, that aggressive nature in him. It seems like he believes in himself again. So I think if we could get, even like if you asked me about Fury and Joshua a year ago, I'd have said Fury. Do you know what I mean? But now, I'd say Joshua. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm too biased or something, recency biased. I don't know. But when I see that nasty guy coming out and even like the tunes is coming out to, and I was just getting hyped and gassed and that. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the fight. I want to say that's the fight that's the Joshua that everyone. He brought British boxing big time, man. For me, like he changed the whole landscape and everything. He was selling out arenas, stadiums, and that, and everyone was coming. Like kids was interested in him. Your girlfriend wanted it. Everyone's girlfriend fancied him and everything. Do you know what I mean? He was the main man. Nobody didn't know he was massive. And for me, like so, and the stick he gets on that, I'm glad that he's coming back on top, man, a bit. I think, but I think that. To be on the top, obviously, Usyk's just beat him twice, but I'd love to see AJ Fury, man. It's the biggest fight out there, I think, in the whole of boxing.
You know, when you talk about the stick that he's had, boxing make or break you. The punishment that he's had from the public, the fickle fans of the sport, memes told him he's practically worth nothing. Newspapers writing that he's finished. What does that do to you? It will either like make you crumble and fold and walk away, or like him thought, all right then, I'll show you.
Well, that's what I mean, man. Like when he had his little outburst and that, like against the Usyk one, you can see why, because he's had that much pressure on and heaped on from Olympic days and that, and he's give so much back, and I think to the community and that. And then as soon as he takes a loss and that, people are trying to shit on him. It's mad. I don't know. I don't get the reason why people do that, and I can understand his reaction. And I'm sure he'd want to react a lot more often than he probably did. But you know, he's cool, calm, and everything. But everyone's got a point. Do you know what I mean? Where he's just enough's enough, man. And obviously that was the point. Maybe he needed to do it, and he probably felt better from it. Do you know what I mean? I'm guessing he wouldn't want to do it where he done it, but I fully get it, man. I fully get it. So, why people do that, I don't know. I've got no answer for you. I've not got that same mindset and why they do that. Especially in everything he's done. Like I said, he's been the flag bearer for British boxing for me, for world boxing. Do you know what I mean? So, the stick. Like if I was to take a loss or something, I'd get some stick. But that guy, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what he'd get, and you couldn't even walk to the shop, could you? Like, even if you was I don't know, say me a middleweight or something, even if I was world champion, whatever, you could kind of get away with it. Just instantly, a guy 6'6", built like that, you'd look at him regardless if you know him. You just draw eyes, draw attention, and you think, oh, that's Joshua. I think Fury's the same in that. Like, you couldn't go nowhere, could you? I wouldn't like that, to be fair. I don't think I got any trouble of getting into that problem, but nah, it's not for me.
The night is still young for Tyler Denny. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave it on a positive. I'm hoping to hear some news from you soon with what's happening with your fight. Activity, obviously, is key with the boxers. You've got to keep busy. You've got to practice your craft to get better at it, just like anything in this world that you put your mind to. So, yeah, we just wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll get a fight date soon.
Me too.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.